Hello, this is Greg Thompson with the Top 3 Countdown. We're on countdown number 2, and we're live in Madison Square Garden with Adrian Matu. Now, Adrian, could you briefly tell us what Vanilla Sky is about?
Sure, Greg. It's basically about a man who inherits his father's newspaper company, and for that he has a lot of money to spend. So he starts hosting parties and hooking up with girls, and he has the time of his life.
Who needs ice? Hey, Emma.
David, happy birthday.
You have got the greatest taste in shoes, bar none.
I can't believe you're gonna.
Emma, have you met Lynette?
No, but I shudder to think what we might have in common.
Did you
Excuse
invite the entire Olympic snowboarding team?
Well, that sort of sounds like a dream life, doesn't it?
Yes, a lucid dream.
Well, what did you like best about the movie?
What I liked best was the fact that after he died, he was able to control everything that happened around his life. He was able to control the people in his world, and he could create anything.
Who the fuck are you? Why are you following me?
First of all, it's very important that you calm down.
Calm down. Calm down.
You must overcome your fears and regain control. Take a hold of your life again, David. It's as easy as holding that glass. What if I were to tell you that you can take control of all of this, everything? Even me.
Look, I'm straight, okay?
David, look at all these people. Seems as though they're just all chatting away, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing to do with you.
No.
And yet, maybe they're only here because you wanted them to be here. You are their god. And not only that, but you can make them obey you or even destroy you.
Well, what I'd love for them to do is shut the fuck up, especially you.
You see?
At any point towards the movie, did you feel sympathetic towards David, or, did you feel that he totally deserved what had happened to him? After all, we're talking about a guy who's completely egocentric and does not care for anyone's feelings except for his own.
Personally, Greg, I don't think anyone deserves that. Because I know that in one point of the movie, he fell in love with Sophia, who was played by Penelope Cruz, if I'm not mistaken. And he was really intoxicated with her. He wanted to see her, and he'd do pretty much anything for her. The problem was he never got a chance because he was frustrated with his face after the accident, and it was all distorted and whatnot. And I believe at that point he really lost a big part, not just his face, but his personality too.
This isn't about vanity, Dr. Pomerantz. This isn't about vanity. This is about functioning in the world. It's my job to be out there functioning. Now, I've got the money. I'll pay any amount. Just invent something. Just play jazz. You say you're the best face man in New York? Fucking prove it.
We could do something about your arm.
Fuck my arm!
Nobody here takes your feelings for granted. We did prepare something for you based on the preliminary examination.
Tell me. Bring it on.
It's sometimes useful in the early stages of rejection. It's a facial prosthetic. It was 2 weeks in the making. Thank you, Carly.
You're welcome, Doctor.
A facial prosthetic.
The aesthetic replacement does work. Emotionally and actually.
And the plastic in the aesthetic shield also blocks out abusive rays and assists in the regeneration of cells.
So it's an aesthetic regenerative shield.
That's correct. Exactly.
And the ergonomics of the plate barrier allows you to interact reflexively with the movements of your own face.
I see.
It's a helpful unit.
Good. Because for a minute there, I thought we were talking about a fucking mask!
He was a changed man.
And my final question to you is, do you believe David's loss has taught him a valuable lesson? And furthermore, do you think people in general who watch this movie can learn something out of it?
Yeah, Greg, I do believe that David's lesson can be learned from, because throughout this movie, his entire sort of character was like just going through everything, through life without any goals or anything, just pretty much having fun. He never really thought about his future, and he always took other people's feelings for granted, and that's what cost him his face in his life. And I believe that we can learn from that. I believe that people should be treated with respect and dignity, and I also think that relationships take time. They don't just pop out, and you don't just have sex with anyone you meet, or it's just not right like that. And at one point in the movie, the actress who plays Julie does say that whenever you have sex with someone, your body makes a promise, whether you like it or not.
Well, that about wraps it up. Thanks for your time. Coming up next, the #1 review by Adrian Matu, so stay tuned.